Hey y'all, it's Terry, and I am 3 weeks post-op today. I had my surgery on September 30th, and today is October 21st. So 3 weeks post-op, so I'm gonna sort of tell you a little bit about how it's going so far, the things, my favorite things to consume, and the differences between what I read ahead of time and what's actually going on. So I'm gonna show you some of my favorite things, I guess, and I'll put some links for these if y'all want them, if I can find them. This is called Roar Organic, and it's my favorite flavor is this one, which is cucumber watermelon. These are like a Gatorade. They're an electrolyte beverage, non-GMO, gluten-free, soy-free, 2 grams of sugar, vegan, 10 calories. I really like that, and I try to drink one of those every day because I'm not getting as much water as I feel like I should. I'm getting as much water as the doctors say I should. I'm getting at least 60 ounces a day. That was very difficult that first week, and I was dehydrated a little bit, and it just hurt too much to swallow it in the tiny little sips to get enough in. So I'm doing that to make sure my electrolytes, that I'm sort of retaining the fluid that I need to. And before I was on a fluid pill for blood pressure, and I'm not taking that because I sure can't afford anything else to be drying me out more. But I try to drink one of those every day. Every morning I wake up with good intentions of having a protein drink, and mornings are a little tougher to get stuff down without a little bit of discomfort. And I don't like sweet things very much, and I'm not ready to eat when I first get up. Used to be I was ready to eat as soon as I got up, but I'm not like that anymore, and I try my best to get in a little protein. So these are my favorites on this. This is Core Power. I actually got these off of Amazon. 42 grams of protein by Fairlife. Now, some of theirs, and this is the Elite, some of theirs have like 24 grams of protein. Some have like 30 grams of protein. This one has 42. Now, I've never been able to drink a whole bottle. I can usually drink it over 2 to 3 days. I'm not having to just sip now. I can gulp a little bit more. At this point, I have no feel, and I'm very comfortable with no feel. I don't want to feel yet because I'm just now where I'm eating about a half a cup of food, and I've had no problems with anything so far. And I'll put some pictures at the end of this video of my incisions in the beginning and now too. But as far as protein drinks, I like the thin ones better. This one I've been drinking on about 3 days already. But I mixed it with some fiber yesterday because I thought I needed some fiber. But this one is by IsoPure, and I really like 20 grams of protein, 0 carbs, Alpine Punch. So that's my favorite of that, but it does leave a little bit of a dry taste in my mouth whenever I drink it. I really like the protein to go ones. This one has energy in it. They have one, I think it's called Mixed Berry. That's my favorite, and I didn't have any more of those, but I bought a case. Disclaimer here, I own a health food store and have for years, and it just got damaged by a hurricane. So before the store closed, I had a case of each of the flavors of that and a case of 3 or 4 flavors of the protein to go. And I'm out of the one that has the picture of a blueberry, a raspberry, and a strawberry on front. But I do like to do this one sometimes in the morning. It gives me a little bit of energy. This one's a cherry lemonade. And again, I would drink half, not quite the whole thing, and then switch over to water to make sure I'm getting hydrated plenty. Another thing, if I'm going to try to eat in the mornings, absolutely love this Fage yogurt. I like the full fat one. Some people want to do fat restricted stuff. Their 0% is equally thick and good. But I usually put vanilla sweet leaf stevia in here, and walnuts and cinnamon. And can't find my stevia right now because the hurricane, it probably got thrown away and I have to get another one. But I have this monk fruit. And I don't know if this is made by Sweet Leaf too. Wisdom Natural, I believe that is Sweet Leaf. But anyways, this one's creme brulee, and it's pretty dang good. So I put like a half a dropper of this in here, stir it up real good, and then put in a little bit of cinnamon and some walnut, and then I can eat about half of it, maybe a little more than half. This has been a lifesaver for me. It's Gene Pro, and this is 60 servings. The scoop on this, let's see if I put it in here. A lot of times I did. I don't keep the scoops inside because it's a health code violation at work. But see, this is a small scoop. I don't know what I can do it in relation to. Let's do it in relation to the lid of this cup. It's not, usually, you know, a protein scoop is a pretty good size scoop. This is about a third the size of that. This is 58.7 calories, 60 servings per container. And you get, I don't know where it says it at, 3 times better absorption. And I want to think it's, I don't know why it's not on front, 30 grams of protein, and 0.6, less than 1 gram of carbs. I have mixed this with my yogurt to make it have even more protein. There's already 18 grams in this, and I don't taste anything when I add this. I've added it to, trying to think, my husband wanted like a potato pancake made with corned beef hash the other day, so I put a scoop of this in it. Several different things. Now, oh, and here's one more thing. These are collagen, which is a good collagen protein. That's going to really help with all of the wrinkles and saggy skin that you get after this. Plus, collagen is a form of protein. This has collagen types 1 and 3, hyaluronic acid, which is good for skin, and vitamin C, fruit punch flavor, and they're soft chews. And I have no problem with them, and when I think about it in the evenings, this is my evening snack. I have 2 of these. So that's another way to get some collagen and things in. Whenever I was researching to have it done and trying to think of all the things I needed to buy to be prepared, I bought a buttload of soup. I didn't need it. I ate soup for like 3 days, and then I didn't need it anymore, and part of that was homemade. So we have a lot of soup left over in there. I wish I had not bought all that. It's going to take me forever to drink the cases of these, and I think there's only 12 in a case, but it's definitely more than a month's supply. But I didn't get the little plates. They recommend little plates, but we have like saucers and little paper plates and things, and I do use those, and I'm really good at visualizing what a half a cup is because of working in a business where we sold coffees and things. You were constantly pouring things by the ounce. Think of the little salad dressing cups that you get at restaurants. That's 2 ounces, the smaller ones. That's about what you're eating at first. At first, you're eating, you know, maybe a tablespoon. Then you're a couple of tablespoons, then going up from there. Well, I love these. This is my silverware set. I got this on Amazon. And this I do use, or did use, especially in the beginning. And it's heavy, it feels normal, and it's tiny. I should have brought another spoon in here so you could see the difference in how, like, look at it over my pinky. It's very tiny. It's baby food size, but it says diet tools on it. But anyway, this is handy to keep in my purse for carrying with me. And that's in the beginning, you need it. You don't need it, but just eat less. But it made my life easy to not overdo that first few days. And I'm glad I have it and can keep it with me as a reminder to eat smaller bites. I can, of course, take larger bites now, but I try not to because that makes you eat faster. It has more of a chance of getting stuck, and you don't know how full you are. But I will say that one thing I definitely still practice, even though I'm eating whatever I want right now, with approval from my doctor's office, is putting your spoon or fork down between bites. That's been the greatest thing I've done so far. Awkward, I'm telling you, awkward. When you're with somebody and you put it down, and I'm a big counter anyway, so I'm 1,001, 1,002, all the way through, reminding myself to chew the whole 30 times. Then when you swallow that food, you've put your utensil down and another 30 seconds before you take another bite. that 30 seconds seems like 5 minutes. So I figured out today, eating lunch by myself, and I had sushi, and it was just fine, but I couldn't eat a whole roll, of course. But anyway, and had it cut in very small pieces. But if I'm, like, I put my utensil down, which was chopsticks in this instance, and I'm chewing and chewing and chewing. Well, after you're chewing and chewing and chewing with it down there, and then it's time where you naturally would have normally taken another bite, that's when it gets awkward for that 30 seconds. So today I figured I would pick my chopsticks back up and sort of play with my food. Go ahead and pick out my next bite, soak it in the soy sauce so it would, you know, go down and not be too dry. And that worked perfectly. So by the time I can, well, yesterday I ate lunch with my daughter, and I had fish and nothing but fish, and they were, you know, very happy to just give me a side of fish, and I didn't have to have anything else, which was wonderful. But these I would probably buy again. These I love. I got these from Webstront store. And this one is an 8-ouncer. And I got this to begin with. So this is a whole cup. And I'm thinking, you know, in my pre-op mind, boy, I'm just going to, you know, fill these halfway or whatever with all these different kinds of soups. And by the time it's time to come home, I'll have these with the name written on them, all organized. And my freezer's going to look so cool. And everything I need's going to be there. They're hard to open and a little bit of the pain. But I'm glad I have them still. These I absolutely love. These are 4 ounce. These are half cup. This is a perfect portion size. And in my second week, whenever I was eating a lot of like refried beans, you don't realize how small of an amount you're eating until you open something that's jam-packed in the can, like refried beans or corned beef hash. There's a lot in there. You can make like, eat all you want, share some with your husband, and still have a half a dozen of these with your little serving in there, which was only about half this much. But I like the way that, you know, you can heat or reheat in them. I like the way they store. They're a good size. They're easy to open and close. And I will possibly order these again whenever I run out. Like I said, I bought some of the little 2-ounce containers because that's what everybody recommends, the salad dressing size, and that was a waste. I mean, I didn't eat that small of an amount but 3 or 4 days, and you can put that small of an amount in one of these and not need that. One other thing I really like, and I've been drinking this for a few years since they came out with it. This is by Primal Kitchen Collagen Fuel. A lot of times, especially in the mornings, when it's hard to get anything down, drinking something warm really helps. But really, I save this for if I don't get enough protein in during the day, which you can't at first, but I pretty much do now. This is 10 grams of collagen, sugar-free, dairy, whey, and soy-free, paleo-friendly, 70 calories. It tastes good. It tastes like you're getting a hot chocolate, and I look forward to having that, you know, in the evening as a treat sometime if I need it. I personally eat dinner before 5:30, and that's always been important to me because I had digestive issues anyway. But also to make sure, because I'm tired easier, I'm not getting as much nutrition. And if I go to bed at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, if I ate later, I would be going to bed right after that and have more of a chance of GERD. So we eat between 5:15 and 5:30 to make sure that, you know, that all of the food has mostly gone down before I ever lay down, so I don't chance having any reflux at night, because that's common with the band. And the way that I do it is I don't drink before my meals, don't drink during my meals, and 30 minutes after my meals. And I set myself a timer on my phone, or I look at the time for sure to say, you know, when can I drink? And right now, this is like an Herbalife tea. This will take me all day to drink. But I can drink right now. It's been long enough since my lunch. But that's what I wanted to say is, you know, you see people say, oh, don't go buy a bunch of stuff because your taste changes. Well, it's not that your taste changes, but if you have the band instead of the sleeve, you scoot through, or with my doctor, you scoot through the plan a lot faster. Like I never was, I went from clear liquids was just 1 day post-surgery to all liquids or whatever was like 1 day after that. And then I was already in soft food, where most people would be in soft food, say, week 2 or whatever, if they had had the bypass or the sleeve. And so by the end of week 2, I was, having whatever I want sort of thinned down a little bit and giving it time to go down and making sure. The only time I've had an issue, and I was using this little bitty spoon and I was just eating soup, and a thin soup, but I was in a hurry. My husband was waiting out in the truck and we were having to go fix some kind of hurricane damage. And I took a sip and I did 2, and I didn't wait a full 30 seconds, and I did 2 more, and I did it again. And then I thought that's enough to get something in me because I was really hungry, and left. And then we were down the road. He had to pull over on the side of the road for me to walk around like this with my arms up and with it hurting. So it wasn't that I tried to swallow anything too big or that I shouldn't have, but the fact that I did it too fast without waiting the 30 seconds in between bites. So that's really the only issue after the Tylenol the first night that I've had. So at this point, I've not tried beef. I'm able to eat chicken. My husband smoked a chicken over the weekend. I'm able to eat chicken without any problem. I know a lot of people have problems with chicken. It's not bothering me. I'm not wanting a feel right now. I know each few days I'm able to eat a little bit more than before, but because I'm still under my portion size, until something happens that makes me feel like I'm hungry sooner or needing larger portion sizes, I'm not going to get a feel. I'm so happy with the amount of restriction that I have right now with just the band. Working with that as a tool along with, stopping and realizing ahead of time how much to put on my plate and not to overdo it. If we get something out, that's definitely going to be at least 3 meals for me, even if I get the kids' meal. So the small portions is wonderful. I haven't lost anything this whole week, but I'm sure that I'm fluctuating up and down as I'm still healing, still a little bit sore, but, I was down 14 pounds at a week ago, and then I'm up and down by the same pound every day right now. But I know that, my calories are probably around 500 a day right now. I might have a day where I can get 600 in, depending on if I, force myself some protein drink in the morning and have, something in the evening or whatever. But right now I'm averaging about 500 calories a day, 600 maybe. And that's good that's where I'm supposed to be right now. But I'm so glad that I got the band instead of the sleeve because of how fast I'm healing and the foods and things that I'm allowed to have. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And if there's, anything I can help with, I would be glad to do so. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Bye.